Colt Emerson is 20 years old. He has never played a single game in Major League Baseball. And yet, the Seattle Mariners just gave him a contract worth $95 million. Not after an MVP season. Not after years of dominance. Not even after a debut. Before all of that. Which raises a serious question. Who is Colt Emerson, and what did the Mariners see that made them commit nearly $100 million to a player who hasn't even stepped on an MLB field? To understand this, you have to go back to the beginning. Colt Emerson was selected in the 2023 MLB draft, 22nd overall, straight out of high school in Ohio. Coming into the draft, he wasn't just another promising athlete. He was widely considered one of the most advanced high school hitters in the entire class. Not the strongest, not the fastest, but arguably the most polished. Scouts kept repeating the same things about him: elite bat control, advanced plate discipline, a swing that already looked professional. This wasn't raw talent. This was refinement at 18 years old. When most high school players enter professional baseball, they struggle. They need time to adjust to better pitching, better breaking balls, better game planning. Colt Emerson didn't. He adapted quickly, and then he accelerated. In 2025, everything clicked. Emerson didn't just have a good season, he dominated across multiple levels of the minor leagues. He finished the year hitting .285, with 16 home runs, 78 RBIs, and an on-base percentage close to .400. But the raw numbers don't tell the full story, because what really stood out wasn't just production. It was consistency and maturity. He climbed from high A to AA, and eventually to AAA, all in the same season. That's a path that usually takes players years. He did it in months. And at every level, he looked like he belonged. Let's talk about what makes him different. Because there are a lot of prospects with good stats. There are fewer with elite tools. And even fewer who combine both with intelligence at the plate. Colt Emerson's biggest strength is his hit tool. In baseball terms, that's one of the most valuable skills you can have. It's not about hitting home runs. It's about consistently making contact, controlling the strike zone, and putting the ball in play with purpose. And Emerson does this at an elite level. He rarely chases pitches outside the strike zone. He works counts. He draws walks. And maybe most importantly, he doesn't strike out often. That's extremely rare for a young player in today's game, where strikeouts are at an all-time high. Think about this. A 20-year-old facing professional pitchers, some of them with major league experience, and still maintaining control of every at-bat. That's not normal. That's a sign of something much bigger. Now add power to that, because while he's not known primarily as a power hitter, Emerson is starting to develop real pop. 16 home runs in a season at his age, while focusing on contact and discipline. That's a dangerous combination, because power can grow. Plate discipline like that is much harder to teach. And then there's defense. Colt Emerson plays shortstop. That's one of the most demanding positions in baseball. Requires range, reaction time, arm strength, and instincts. Not every great hitter can stay at shortstop. Many are eventually moved to easier positions. But Emerson? He has a real chance to stick there long-term. Scouts project him as at least an above-average defender. Some even believe he could become plus-level. And when you combine that with his offensive profile, you're looking at one of the most valuable player types in baseball. A two-way shortstop who can hit, get on base, and play defense at a high level. This is why he quickly climbed prospect rankings. Today, Colt Emerson is considered a top 10 prospect in all of baseball. Some rankings place him even higher. That puts him in the same conversation as future all-stars and franchise players. So now we go back to the big question. Why $95 million? Because baseball is changing. Teams are no longer waiting. In the past, organizations would develop a player, call him up, and then wait years before offering a big contract. But now, teams are acting earlier. They are identifying potential stars before they reach the major leagues, and locking them in before their value explodes. This is exactly what the Seattle Mariners are doing. They're not paying for what Emerson is today. They're paying for what they believe he will become. The contract itself is structured over 8 years, worth $95 million guaranteed. But with incentives and options, it could reach over $130 million. That means the Mariners are fully committing. This isn't a small gamble. This is a franchise-level decision. And there's logic behind it. If Emerson develops into an all-star, if he becomes a top-tier shortstop, if he turns into a cornerstone player, then this deal could actually be cheap. Because elite players in today's MLB can earn $200, $300, even $400 million on the open market. Locking one in early for under that value? That's how smart teams build long-term success. But there's another side to this. Because no matter how talented a prospect is, nothing is guaranteed. He hasn't faced a full MLB season. He hasn't dealt with the pressure, the travel, the adjustments that come at the highest level. And we've seen top prospects fail before. So this deal could become a steal. Or it could become one of the boldest mistakes in recent baseball history. And that's what makes this story so compelling. The Mariners clearly see Emerson as their future, possibly even the successor to their current shortstop, a player who could define the next era of the franchise. He's already shown flashes of that potential. During spring training, he held his own against major league pitching. He looked comfortable, confident, ready. Some believe he could debut sooner than expected. Others think the team will be patient. But one thing is certain, he's not far away. And when he arrives, everything changes. Because now, he won't just be another prospect. He'll be the $95 million player everyone is watching. Every at-bat analyzed. Every mistake magnified. Every success celebrated. That's the reality of a contract like this. It doesn't just reward talent. It creates expectations. So now, the spotlight is on Colt Emerson. Not just as a prospect, but as an investment, a bet, a future star in the making. And in a league where teams are constantly searching for the next face of the franchise, the Mariners believe they've already found theirs. The only question left is, were they right?